Hello everyone and welcome back to the F126 MyTeam career mode. We are back with Dacia today for the Canadian Grand Prix, our second sprint weekend in a row. I don't know how that's happened, but that's the situation. As always, we are just doing the basic housekeeping. We actually are starting research on some more parts, development as well, and we are still making this car better and better. With each week that passes, we are finally hitting that stride where we get upgrades on the car. We are also going to start negotiations. We're going to stop talking to Gabriele Mini, and we're going to start talking with Liam Lawson, as I'm looking for drivers for next season. I'm thinking that maybe I keep either Jack or Roman, but I am going to try to get a better rated second driver. We actually have a new sponsor as well with Zebra, so I'm putting their logo on the car. It's always nice to see new sponsors coming in to help the team forward in the sport, because we desperately need them. We might be pushing or punching actually above our weight, but we are still a long way to go of the top teams. But yeah, some more upgrades, some development failing, but that's alright. It's a 24 race season, so we kind of have time, and we don't really need to fight for the title in our first season. We just have to try to get as far up the grid as possible. Some more facility upgrades as well, and yeah, just using every single resource point that I've accumulated over the first 6 race weekends, and also some of the money that we managed to bank. So yeah, going forward, and we've now reached the Grand Prix weekend. Just redeveloping some more upgrades that failed. You can see we are now at 7 upgrades per car each, which is good, but we are still towards the back of the grid. So we are going to the weekend now. We are going to drive as Roman Stanek, and you can see it actually is a mixed conditions weekend. We're going to have some rain involved in the sprint and in qualifying, which should make things interesting. So this is practice. This is the race practice pace practice race. What? This is the race pace practice program. Try saying that 5 times fast. And you can see we're actually pretty much acing it, apart from that first lap. But I was still getting used to the inters. 1 point is at a 3 or a 9. Yeah, that was a 3. 1.3 seconds up, and we're looking pretty good. Berman in P1, which is surprising. Us in P2 so far. Some laps done on the softs, some laps done on the inters, because this practice had both intermediate and dry running conditions. And here is our car looking green again. I don't know why the car looks green in darker lighting conditions, but yeah, we finished P2 in a very jumbled practice order because of the mixed conditions. Jack is in last, but it's okay. Oh, he's 8 seconds of my pace. That's not good. It's time for qualifying now, sprint qualifying that is, and we actually go out on our mediums, as we always do with these sprints. I don't like doing it. I don't know why it is like this, but yeah, we go out green so far because it's our only lap, and out of the final corner onto the boost button. Let's see where it's going to be. It's a 113.3, and it puts us P24, and that's not good enough for me. And considering these are the mediums, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do a slow lap, charge up the battery, and go again. And this is me going again out of the final hairpin. You can see I'm almost in 1 entire second up. There we go. Onto the boost button up to 8th gear, and we're looking at a big improvement here into the final chicane. Can I gain some more tenths here? Decent turning, apex is hit, good exit. Yeah, we're going to improve by 1 second and a bit over the line, and it's still P24. That's not very good. That's a bit anticlimactic to have a 1 second improvement and still be P24. That's not nice. So let's see how far off were we. Oh, Jack's into Q2. It's a 1:11. He was 1 second faster than us again, and we were almost on pace with the others. Crap. So we have a bit of work to do in the race. That's fine.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, George Russell, and Verstappen, Antonelli, Hadjar, Albon, and Carlos Sainz, Colapinto, Ocon, Arvid Lindblad, and Bottas, Bortoletto, Alonso, Jack Crawford, and Pierre Gasly, Perez, Lawson, Behrman, Hulkenberg, Stroll, and Roman Stanek rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint.
So onto the grid then for the sprint. It's intermediate conditions, so no strategy involved so far. 5 relights are coming on, and it's 5 lights and away we go. 5 lights out and away we go. And it's a pretty decent start for me on the intermediates. Not really much space to go either side, so I'm just going to stick in here. Maybe around the outside of Hulkenberg, turn to the inside for turn 2. Let's try to see if I can follow Lawson through and the good exit. Short shift into third, and there we go up to P22. Not a bad start. And now I have to pick and choose my fights as we continue through the first lap. Everyone is pretty bunched up here. My car is not really dealing very well with traction. Down the inside of Behrman I'm going to go. Can I make it work? Let's hope for some good traction on the exit. Short shift into fourth, and we just about managed to do it. The car did feel pretty snappy on the exit around this track, just like it did in Jeddah, so hopefully we don't repeat what we did in Jeddah and crash out. That would not be ideal. But yeah, up into P21 now, and looking at the back of Liam Lawson, potentially our future teammate. Let's hope for a good exit. Short shift into third once again. Short shifting is MVP in bad conditions. But yeah, now up into 8, straight mode, up into 8 I said, there we go. Straight mode enable and into hot lap. We are going to keep the car into hot lap this entire wet stint. Because it just gives us an advantage. They still hadn't patched this thing when I recorded the race, which was half a month ago, holy wow. Yeah, into turn 1, around the outside of Lawson, can I do it? No, I cannot. I get a bit of exit overs here, and that seals our fate. Still P21. As we come to the end of lap 3 here, I get a pretty decent exit in the slipstream of Lawson. Can I try again into turn 1? Yes, I can. Down the inside, a bit of a lockup, a bit of contact, but no damage. Squeeze him to the inside, around the outside, short to third for better traction. We are still side by side, but it seems like I get the run on the outside. I get a bit of grass there, and and I somehow made that move work. I drifted around the outside of him, unintentionally of course. Let's take a look at the replay. You'll see here I just get a bit of grass on my left side tires, which causes my car to slide on entry, and somehow I kept the car going in the right direction, sort of, and made the move on Liam. No idea how that happened, as we see here Gabriel Bortoletto having a spin straight into the wall. Ouch, that's gotta hurt, and that's another free position for us. There we go. So we are up now into P17, and not bad progress halfway through the race here. And you can see the track is kind of drying up, and if you look at the middle of the screen down there, you'll see that we have boost mode enabled, so we are officially in dry racing conditions. So I'm going to go into the pits earlier than everyone pretty much, lock up all the way in, but luckily not speeding. We are going to go onto the soft and try to get the undercut, try to use these conditions to help our race and make some more progress. Maybe get closer to the points, but I doubt we can get a P8 here. We're just going to try our best. Decent stop, 2.5. We are of course going to rejoin. Well, not in last, because Leclerc's DNF'd and Bortoletto had his spin, so he's had to change his front wing after that. But we are back in P22, and we'll see if we can undercut any of the people As traction is still not ideal, but we have to warm these tires up because it's still pretty cold around Montreal. So yeah, some people now into the pits, that's a huge corner cut. I went into a bit too quick. Some of them on the mediums, that's interesting. They only had to do like 5 laps on them, so I don't know why they chose mediums. Maybe they didn't have any fresh softs available, but I still would have chosen old softs for 5 laps of Canada. But we rejoined in P18, just ahead of Perez. And there are still some intermediate runners in front. There they are into the pits, you can see on the bottom left. So after we overtake them, what position will we be in? Can we get Alonso? Not really, there he is. So we are in P16, we gained just one more position. But we are still further in front than we were before the pit stops. This is Hamilton now. He was behind us for some reason, but he's going to fly by because he's in a Ferrari and we're in a Dacia. So clearly no fight to be had there yet. Still in P16, Lando Norris wins the race. Lawson is looking to overtake us into the hairpin. Down the inside he's going to go. I'm not going to really put much of a fight here because I want to have more battery and maybe re-overtake him here on the back straight or after the chicane. So onto the boost, into the slipstream. Hulkenberg is also looking to overtake me and he's looking pretty fast. He's going to try around the outside, but there's really no space there. So through the chicane now, onto the boost button. Can I do it? No, I cannot. Lawson is a bit too far in front, so it's P17 for the sprint. Not a bad performance.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
So these are the results. Of course, Lando still managing to increase his lead in the championship. This is not realistic. But yeah, Jack was P9 there, so he was so close to points. Oh, wow. Jack is onto something, man. I'm telling you. Really good performance from our teammate. As we get ready now for the qualifying for the normal race, the proper race. And you can see it's a bit dark, but not raining yet, so we do a lap on the softs with a bit of help from Gasly with some slipstream there. 113.2, so just like we did in the first run of sprint qualifying, which wasn't good enough at all. But you can see it started raining at the end of the session, and where does that put us in Q1? It puts us through just barely, and we kick out George Russell. So we are into Q2, George Russell is out, and Jack actually wasn't too far off Q2 as well. Those are some big results there from us. So we're in Q2 for the first time. I mean, me driving is in Q2 for the first time. My AA teammate has made it already. But in Q2 you can see here it sent me out on intermediates, but it's not raining. The track is pretty dry. The game still considers this to be wet conditions. We don't have boost mode and we have limited straight line mode. So I go out again on the softs to try to do a good lap. And it's okay. I mean, the grip it was definitely better than in theirs. It's going to be 125, so clearly the boost makes a lot of difference. And then finally boost mode gets enabled, so we go purple sector 1, purple sector 2, 7 and 7, almost 8 seconds up on our time. You're not used to seeing that all the time, are you? Through the final chicane, it's going to be a gigantic improvement, almost 10 seconds there. So where does that put us? It puts us P1, of course, everyone else still on intermediate. And I'm thinking, okay, 115.6 in these conditions should be good enough, right? So I skip forward to the end of the session, and everyone improves. Charles Leclerc does a 110.5, and yeah, I'm 5 seconds off. I should have done another lap, but even then I don't think I could have made it to Q3.
So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Antonelli, Albon, Isaac Hadjar and Gasly, Lindblad, Alonso, Sainz and Lewis Hamilton, Colapinto, Bottas, Ollie Behrman and Verstappen, Bortoletto, Stanek, George Russell and Jack Crawford, Stroll, Ocon, Perez, Lawson, Hulkenberg and Charles Leclerc completes today's grid order. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So time for the main race then. This is a strategy similar to what we did in Miami. Once again, having the sprint weekend and having to use more tires kind of screws us with the race strategy. Is going to have to be a 2-stop, softs to hards to medium. But this time it's, I think, a bit better placed. And also I'm feeling much better around Canada. Of course, I have much more experience around Canada than I have around Miami.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. The question I'm asking is which teams have got it right and which ones have got it horribly wrong?
And we head to the grid then for what is looking to be a pretty damn exciting race, as the 5 rights and 5 left. The 5 lights are coming on, and it's lights out, and away we go. It's not the best of starts for me, but pretty good start from Bortoletto there. We're switched over to the inside, maybe try and make some moves here through wide into turn 1 casually. Can I turn it into the outside? Yes, I can, into the outside of Behrman almost, as we managed to make our way past Bortoletto and Verstappen there up to P14. So already a really good start on the softs, so clearly a bit more grip than Max and Gabriel were on the hards. And honestly, I'm just looking to make some more moves here. I'm feeling good. You can see the track has dried up and it's sunny outside so far. So the softs will work even better, I think, than they did in qualifying. And I'm just trying to be really careful. The car is still snappy. I did not make adjustments to the setup between the sprint and the race. So I'm just trying to keep close with the cars in front, make some more moves, gain some more positions, because this is a really good spot for us to be in. And I don't think Jack is doing too badly either in the slipstream of Verman there. Into 8th gear, can I make the move? He's looking really slow, maybe already regenning. And that's us into P13, Bottas and Colapinto in front fighting. I almost ran into the back of them. So I get a really bad exit out of the chicane. Really didn't expect that to happen, I wasn't ready for it. Or else that could have been 2 free positions. But we go on. End of lap 2 here, almost. I'm under attack from both Behrman and George Russell. As you can remember from like 5 minutes ago, he got kicked out in Q1, so he's trying to make his way back up the grid. So obviously he's not going to have a hard time getting around us, and I'm out of battery, so it's not going to be hard for Behrman either. Energy management is pretty difficult around Canada. Not many places where you can easily regen batteries, so you do have to lift and coast quite a bit. So we're back down to P15 under attack from Bortoletto behind. And Verstappen isn't too far behind either. Bortoletto flies by into the chicane, so hopefully I get a good exit here and with overtake mode get back by behind in front of him actually, sorry. Fake to the right, lift, overtake down the inside. That's good, he's still there though. Leave him some space on the inside, but I get a better exit, so we keep P15. Good stuff, good stuff. But tires are already starting to go as Leclerc is now behind us. How did Leclerc get behind me? I'm not sure. But we get a bit of snap oversteer on the exit, just like I was telling you. So Leclerc goes by Verstappen to the inside now as well. Under the brakes, it seems like I am better on braking than Verstappen, or maybe he was lifting, I don't know. But he stays behind for now. He stays in P17, really not where you would expect Verstappen to be, honestly. But yeah, he's still behind as I get horrible traction on the exit. which just will allow Verstappen to fly by now on the straight. I'm also out of battery again. Into the slipstream to try to minimize the losses. Bortoleto is going to fly by as well, and he's going to fight with Verstappen. They're both going to be slow into the chicane, so I get a pretty good exit, and I'm onto the boost. Verstappen is slow, maybe out of battery, but he forces me to the outside. I switch to the inside, down the inside, a bit of contact with the multiple time world champion there around the outside of him. I'm going to try to go, still oversteering on the exit, so he maintains P17. But a pretty good fight. This is lap 6. You can see Perez down our side. It doesn't really concern us because look at the tire wear. It's horrible, so we are going to go into the pits this lap. A bit of boost just to get past Perez. I don't want any obstacles in my way as I come into the pit lane. It's a really dangerous pit lane, this, really. But yeah, we make it to the pit lane, slow down in time, and we're going to go onto the hards for a pretty long stint. I think it is going to be around 20 laps, maybe a bit less on the hards. But so far this season we've collaborated pretty well with the white wall compound sire. 2.5 second pit stop, pretty good once again, no mistakes from the boys. And we rejoin in last, but it's okay, this is going to be a long stint, and many people are on different strategies, and you'll see here, as I sped up the footage and it sounds really comical, you can see we're actually catching the guys in front. The gap is reducing just before they come in for their pit stop. Lap 8 here, you can see first group of cars into the pits. So what position are we going to climb up to? Let's see, that's 3 cars. So Albon in front, just coming out of pits, but we should get him. So we're up into P22. Is it 21? It was not 21, we didn't get Albon. But some more cars into the pits. On lap 9 we are under attack from Franco Colapinto. I'm going to let him by, not put up much of a fight, because I want to try to use him as I don't know, some sort of an inverse parachute. I don't know how to call it, but I'm basically going to use him to cut my way through the field, get some overtake, and yeah, this is pretty much what I imagined. He goes down the inside of Stroll, which causes Stroll to be slow, and I'm just going to sneak by down the inside as well and follow Colapinto through. And we are both up a position. I'm into P21 now, and now this is lap 12. We are trying to do the same to Hulkenberg. So far the Colapinto strategy is really working, but I'm going to go down the inside of Colapinto, who did not manage to overtake Nico. So that's me up into P19, and I'm going to now have to fight with Colapinto. And Gasly, where did Gasly come from? Colapinto around our side. He's really slow, so I just mounted the curb there, and side by side on the exit he gets a better initial exit, but I have a bit more battery I think in the tank. Gasly looking to overtake, but there's no space. We were almost 3 wide there. Colapinto now down our inside. Gasly doesn't have anywhere to go through the final chicane. Can I get a good exit? Yes, I can. Into the slipstream of Colapinto on the boost button to the inside. I'm going to go back into P18, that is now, as some more people I think came into the pits. I wasn't really focused because I was just paying attention to Colapinto there. So it's still a pretty good race. Lawson now in front of us, in overtaking range. I'm looking at him, I'm closing in on him. Can I make a move down the inside? I lift. It's not going to happen, but oh, he spins, and I just about avoid him there. That was really close, and it's weird to see him spin out there, but it's happened. Let's take a look at the replay. There he is. There's no contact. It does look like I pushed him from this angle, but there was no contact. And oh, that's I think that's Colapinto. Yeah, if you look at the number, Colapinto ran into him, and this is now Bortoleto locking up into the hairpin, which allows my teammate Jack Crawford to go through for an overtake. Good job, Jack. As lap 14 here, I'm looking to overtake Perez for P16. To the inside into the chicane. I have quite a bit of battery saved, so it's going to be easy to run away on this following straight onto the boost. And looking at Bortoleto now. Gasly still trying to get past me, but he doesn't really manage to do it. Bortoleto pulls into the pits as well as does Jack and a lot of other cars. So where do we rejoin? There's Sainz in P7, Hamilton P6, and we are in P8. We are into the points, and I think this is pretty much where we are in the race. I think this is how well the undercuts worked. We are now fighting with Leclerc and Lindblad for P8, which is a sentence I didn't think I'd say today. But yeah, into the slipstream of Lindblad and Leclerc trying to go around my outside. We are 3 wide now down the back straight. I'm going to let them in front and try to get them back on the main straight into turn 1. Decent exit. Can I get Lindblad? I think Leclerc will be hard to get because he's in a Ferrari, but I think we can definitely get Lindblad down the inside. And that's clean as you like. That's quite a clean move. I love overtaking that corner, honestly. So yeah, we are into P9 now. Russell has got up to the back of us, and he's finally in the points, but Lindblad is still there. Down to the inside goes George Russell. I get a better initial exit, but of course he's in a Mercedes, so goodbye George. Our battery can't help us all that much, which means that Lindblad will fly as well, and he's going to overtake Russell. Okay, they're going to be slow now into the chicane, really slow into the chicane. So maybe I can make an overtake here. Alonso is now close to the back of me, so I don't want to let him by. Russell gets Lindblad, and I'm going to go down the inside once again. And once again on Lindblad. I think that's like the 3rd time I've made that move. Maybe the 4th I've made that move in this race. But lap 23 now, we come in for our final pit stop. Going on to the mediums until the end of the race. So let's hope for a good stop as well. I wonder where we'll rejoin. Will we still be in the fight for the points? I hope so. It's 2.4 second pit stop. Good job, boys. Really, really on point this weekend, both in the sprint and the race. Really well done. And hit into those tires we shall. Oh, there's our teammate Jack, fighting with Lindblad. So Lindblad just cannot escape the Dacias this weekend, as he's now in a Dacia sandwich. Can we get a good exit to the inside here? It's risky. Can I get him under braking? Around the outside, squeeze him, there's some contact there. Turns to the inside for the next corner, and we get good traction, there we go. Up into P12 and past Lindblad once again. I don't think Arvid is a big fan of us. Next up is our teammate, so I'm going to have to be careful with the move. As Lindblad tries to come back at us around the outside, that's not going to be an easy move for him to make. Into the hairpin, we just about touched the rear of Jack in front, but no damage. Side by side with Lindblad onto the boost button. Lindblad is going to cut in front of us, and Crawford is really slow, so we're both going to overtake him. I start lifting to get some energy. Crawford now around the outside of Lindblad, who's really slow. I run into the back of him, still no damage. I don't know why the damage is so... why the cars are so robust in this DLC. But yeah, no place to go here. So I'm going to try to follow Crawford through. No, it doesn't work. Lindblad goes around the outside of my teammate, so I'm going to try to do the same. Because he's really slow at this point. Maybe his mediums are old. He needs to change them. Berman now goes down our inside, but I'm going to stick it around the outside. So we still stay in P13. And we are looking to get past Jack to try and resume our battle with Lindblad. And it's not really a hard move with the boost. So now we have our sights on Arvid in front, and we do manage to catch up to him. By lap 25 turns into 26 over the line here, so I'm going to go down the inside once again. I swear to God, I have to get Arvid a gift or something, because it can't be easy for him this race. Yeah, lap 26, you can see Russell is into the pits. For some reason, I think it's his final pit stop. He was on the soft. So that means we are going to go up into P10 right now and into the points. So we're pretty much here on pace alone, pretty much. We're looking to overtake Gasly now. Russell just behind us, he's going to fly by. But my hope is he's going to slow down Gasly and allow us to move back up into P10. It would be amazing if we could get our first points of the season here. I would absolutely love it. Oh, will I go down inside of Russell? I do. I do go down inside of Russell, and it's a clean move as Jack pits. How did I go down the inside of a Mercedes? I don't know. but he's going to go overtaking us again. Can he get Gasly as well? Not really, but they are going to find out the back straight. I'm now with I doubt that. Sorry, I now have overtake enabled and quite a bit of battery saved up. Russell is going to go past Gasly there, and I'm kind of into the slipstream. I'm looking for an overtaking to turn 1 again. It's worked pretty well for me this race. It's a good exit. Gasly is slow, onto the boost button. He's going to try to go down inside of outside of Russell, I mean, sorry. Can I follow Russell through? To the outside, squeeze Gasly to the inside, don't let him get a good exit. And can I do it? A bit of snap oversteer on the exit, so Gasly steered there side by side, but he's slow into the following chicane, and that's P10 for us, back up into the points for Roman Stanek. Really happy with that. And yeah, I managed to put a bit of distance to Gasly behind, just enough to keep him outside of overtake range. And you can see Sainz is into the pits on lap 29, coming in for the softs, I believe, so that's us into P9, 2 points now to our name. So we can now lose a position and still be in the points. Of course, I do not want to lose a position. Lap 34 here onto the final lap, and you can see a Ferrari into the pits. It's Leclerc pitting on the penultimate lap for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, it's Ferrari actually. He's putting the softs. What in the Ferrari strategy has happened to him? That's us into P8 then, and with a decent gap to Sainz, who couldn't really get close enough, even though he was on the softs and in Williams. Lando Norris now wins the Grand Prix, but us in the Dacia, after a really hard fought race, we really battled with everyone. Russell, Hamilton, Verstappen, Lindblad, I should mention Lindblad more, but we are now in P8 after a good strategy and a lot of work. Roman Stanek is going to score Dacia's first points of the season. Get in there.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
And here he comes. It's all go for Lando Norris as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
And they led every single lap of the race. It was a nice to flag victory, and that is total dominance.
We had drama from start to finish, but in the end, there was only ever one that could take that top spot. He raises the trophy over his head. Lando Norris, head and shoulders above the rest today.
What a race, what a result. I'm so happy for us. It says we finished P10. Oh no, that's the results over the whole weekend. But I have 4 points to our name, our first points of the season, and it's a P8. It's a really good result for us. I am so happy with that race. I really think I've done a good job today. I'm so proud of me, I'm proud of the team, I'm proud of everyone. P8, wow. It's a McLaren one too, but who cares? It's a Dacia points. Jack also climbed up to P17, not bad. And Lance Stroll, the only driver a lap down. Wow. But looking at the standings, Roman jumps up to P14 in the standings, just behind Arvid Lindblad. Oh my god. I think that's going to be our rival for the whole season, honestly, Arvid. And in the standings we go up to P8, just behind Vicarb, go figure, and Cadillac. Oh, Aston still the last team to score points, but man, I'm so happy with that. I'm so happy. It's been hard work, it's been a lot of near misses and bad races, but we are here, and hopefully this is a turning point for us in the season. If you enjoyed this race, please give this video a like, and if you'd like to see Dacia continue to conquer the world of Formula 1, subscribe to my channel. My name is Don Lucio and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.